Chanel here, your menopause nutritionist. Now, following along the current protein theme, because we're in day 3 of my free protein challenge, I wanted to continue bringing you some information about protein because one, I know a lot of you that are listening to this are doing the free protein challenge. I think that there is almost 700 people signed up for this challenge. And so I think 450 of you made it to the Facebook group. There's a lot of eyes on all of this information because so many of you are so engaged and wanting amazing results. So actually, I'll probably give you a reminder if you're listening into this now and you're not part of the challenge. I don't do this very often, like a couple of times a year. So this is why I suppose I get so many people jump on board. It's not too late. If you are listening to this and you're like, this sounds awesome, why am I not doing it? Just jump in. Honestly, jump in, do it, and experience the benefits. Because I'm going to talk a little bit about actually what we're focusing on today in the challenge. Day 3, we're focusing on 40 grams of protein for breakfast. Now, why is that important? This is important for a number of reasons, and I'm going to talk you through that today. But generally, the reason I run this challenge and the reason I suppose so many people are involved, most women, we know 50% actually are only getting 70 grams of protein a day. Now this is well under what we need. And you'll hear me reference protein a lot being the menopause nutrient. And that is because it makes a big difference on your menopause journey. It makes a big difference to everyone. But when we get to this stage, there are things that we do that can make or break whether we are operating like at a good stage or not. And not only like energy, mood, focus, sleep, body composition, right? So I'll be honest, the belly fat that came out of nowhere for me was the biggest call to action because I hated it. I just felt unattractive. I did not feel sexy. I felt unmotivated. I did not like my body. None of my clothes fit. And that was the biggest call to action for me. So I want you to understand that actually changing this in your nutrition will make a massive difference to all of those things. Now, generally, and I'm teaching all of the information on the challenge. So the call I did to kick the challenge off went through a lot of information. So I'm not going to repeat that today. Today on the challenge, we're focusing on breakfast, and I want to just kind of reiterate that for those of you listening in that are doing the challenge, but also so you understand some of the reasons why getting a good chunk of protein first thing when you eat makes a difference. Now, on the challenge, we're learning how much we need to eat. And when you realize the number, so for me, I eat 150 grams of protein a day. If I don't make a decent effort the first time I eat to get a good chunk of that in, it's almost impossible to have it happen for the rest of the day. So the first thing I want you to realize is the gold standard here is hitting that number. So for me to get 150 grams of protein and splitting it up over my meals makes sense. Now, I only eat 3 times a day. So if I'm hitting sort of 40 grams at each meal, there's 120 grams and I've still got 30 left over, right? You can see quickly the maths. The second reason that I think we really need to talk about this today is the research really shows a difference when we bookend the days. So this research has come from Dr. Donald Layman. I call him the godfather of protein. He's done all the research over the last 20 years on protein, and I just love listening to him teach. And he mentored the likes of, say, Lane Norton and Dr. Gabrielle Lyon and people who I really have learned a lot from. So his research shows hitting a good amount of protein, and he talks about 40 to 50 grams in the morning, or like your first meal, and then again your dinner. He isn't so worried about lunch, because when you understand how protein is digested, it actually takes us a long time to digest protein. So if we're hitting 40 to 50 grams, it takes maybe 5 hours to digest that. So it's not as, like, I suppose, crucial for like that midday meal. However, like I mentioned to you, we're trying to get that number, and that's the gold standard, is the number we're trying to hit. So he talks about first meal and last meal really being protein heavy, and of course splitting it out across the day. Now, the reason that that is so important is because, as you're learning on the protein challenge, this changes your energy for the day. And the reason it changes your energy is it stabilizes your blood sugar. And so you don't have these ups and downs and these crashes which cause cravings. And so your energy is really solid and sustained. And this is another real big factor why we're focusing on a really good amount at breakfast. Really super essential. So how do we do that? It's actually quite easy once you learn. And this is why the challenge is so helpful, because by the end of the week, you'll feel the benefits. And once you feel the benefits, you really are motivated to make the changes. And once the changes come into place, that means a different version of you, like better energy, better mood, better focus, better sleep, fat loss goals, body composition goals, like building muscle, all of these things that are so crucial to us functioning at our optimum, which is super exciting. So my takeaway, I suppose, is that small shifts like prioritizing your protein at breakfast can make a massive difference to the rest of your day, which makes a difference to the rest of your week, which then changes how your life is. So this is what I'm encouraging you to do today. Look at your breakfast, see if you can create a habit of hitting 40 grams, 30 to 40 grams, like first thing. When we don't hit our protein, we stay hungry. And generally when I'm working with women, I see them reaching for carbohydrates but missing their protein, and this causes this myriad of issues that, like I've touched on today. So I hope this has kind of shone a light on why we really want to be prioritizing our protein at breakfast. And hopefully, if you haven't already joined the free protein challenge, you can still jump in. Hopefully this is motivating you to make those changes. And here's the thing, I'm just about to put a social media reel together, and actually I'll make sure I post it on all my platforms, because I literally recorded myself making my yogurt protein bowl this morning. It took no time. You definitely cannot blame time on hitting your protein here. I have chosen recipes that are so easy, they are so fast, they taste amazing. So time is not an excuse this time around. We absolutely cannot use it. So if you're tuning in and you still haven't joined, you still have time. You'll find the link right here. Get signed up, jump on over, and you can catch up on that kickoff call recording and get the free protein guide that I've put together, and all of the things like the meal plan, recipes, tracker, cheat sheet, all the bits and pieces, and coaching from me, obviously, amazing. So my goal is to help as many people this week get awesome results, and I can't wait for you to be one of those as well. If you Actually, if you are tuning in and you are in the challenge, then I am already proud of you. I can't believe the activity and excitement and interaction in the Facebook group. You guys are incredible. Keep up the great work. And honestly, I cannot wait to see what each day brings. I know you guys are going to have such awesome results just already because you're so dedicated. Go you. Well, that's all for me today. I'm going to leave you to it. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for being here and tuning in. If you don't already subscribe to my channel, please do. I would appreciate it. You'll get more information like this. My mission is to help change the can't even get my words out today, and I've had 2 coffees. Change the statistics for women in aging, because right now they are not great, and I don't want them for myself, and I don't want them for anyone else. And truly, if you tune in, you will learn how to live your best self, and that means a long life, not scared of aging, aging well, living great quality of life, and being your best self. And who doesn't want that? So stick around. I can't wait to do this with you. Have the best day, and any questions, comments, concerns, drop them below. I would love to hear your thoughts.